Welcome back, artists. Today we are going to get started on our Roy Lichtenstein inspired pop art portrait by drawing out our portrait. So if you look at this drawing here, you can see how the head and the shoulders take up most of the paper. So that's the first thing I want you to notice. And then I'm going to sort of walk you through drawing a stylized portrait. So to get started, you're going to begin on a piece of 9 by 12 paper, and we're going to use it portrait style, so it's tall the vertical way. And on the back, you're going to write your name and class code. And your first job is to draw a circle that takes up half of the paper. One of the things that can be helpful is if you draw it with your finger first, just getting comfortable, but I want my head shape to fill up over half of the paper. So I'm practicing just with my finger, and then once I feel comfortable, put my pencil in my hand and I can work to draw a nice big circle. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you want to spend a little bit of time making it curved on the edge where mine was a little pointy, go for it. Next thing we're going to add is a neck. Go in just a little bit, and then we're going to draw a line down. So here's the edge. I want to go in a little bit and put a line down. Now, I didn't go all the way down to the edge of the paper because I want to put a shirt on my person. Well, I'm going to start with a curved line. You could also do a V-shaped line if you wanted a V shape for your collar. But I'm deciding to do a curved line, and then we're going to put a little bump on both sides to show where the edge of the collar is, and then we're going to draw another curved line to connect it. And then you can add some extra curves to show the ribbing on your shirt. To finish up, we're going to draw a line from the collar that goes off the page for our shoulders. So now I have the head, the neck, and the shoulders. It is now time to start on the features of the face. We're going to begin with the eyes. Now the eyes are located in the middle of your head. My fingers as a caliper to try to measure where the middle is. Okay, so if I go here and then I move my finger here, that's pretty close. So I'm just going to put, this is where I want to draw my eyes. To start my eyes, I'm going to draw a line that is almost straight. That's going to be my opened eyelid. And then on top of that, I'm going to put a rainbow that's pretty flat. And then below that, I'm going to put a smile that meets in the corners. We need to make this look like an eye, so we're going to put an eyeball in here. My circle for the colored part of my eye is very big. So I'm just putting like parentheses or a C shape on the edge. I'm not drawing the whole circle. And then from here, I'm going to make a smaller circle. This one I'm going to see all of the circle except for the top. And then inside there, I'm going to do one more circle. That's going to be the white part. So we have white, colored, black, and white. Now, you can add eyelashes to your eye if you want to. You can just do curved lines like this, or you can make them thicker by drawing a second line. And I like them looking thick, so I'm going to draw a second line to that. And then I'm going to do a second one right here because I like how that looks. Now I have one eye. Now I'm going to do my best to do my second eye. So again, I start with a line that goes across so it looks like my eye is closed. Then I'm going to put a small rainbow on the top, and then I put a bigger smile on the bottom. I repeat with my circle that is cut off, and then for the colored part, here's the black part, and here is the highlight. And then I'm going to add a few eyelashes to my sides of my eyes. On top of that, now we have the nose. So if you divide the space between the eyes and the chin, the nose is in the middle. So I'm going to put a little mark here, and I'm going to make my nose connect to my eye. And it just comes down sort of like a backwards J. and comes up. Between the nose and the chin is the mouth. And we're gonna do it very similar to how we drew the eyes. We're gonna put a line across for the two lips. So this is the opening of the mouth. And then I'm gonna put a rainbow on top and a smile on the bottom. So now I have my eyes, my nose, and my mouth. Other thing you wanna think about is eyebrows and ears. So depending on if you have long or short hair, you might be seeing your ears. If you see your ears, they line up with your eye here. That's why you can wear glasses, and your nose. So I'm just gonna put a little C shape on the edge of my head. I'm gonna put one on both sides for my ears. And then above my eyes are our eyebrows. And I can just draw a curved line that goes up, but I want my eyebrows to be thick, so I'm gonna do a second line. And I'm gonna try to do the same thing over on this side. All right, so now I have all of the features of the face, but it still looks kind of alien because I don't have any hair. When you look at yourself in the mirror, where does your hair go in relationship to your eyes? So when I'm wearing my hair down, my hair goes pretty close to my eyebrows, and I usually sort of tuck it behind my ear on this side. So I'm going to draw a line that starts at the top of the head and a curved line that comes over to the ear. Now my other side comes down, and maybe it's tucked behind my ear or maybe it's not, but I'm gonna put it behind the ear here. Then I have hair that comes down on the sides, and usually it kind of sticks out a little bit. So notice how I'm going further away from the head, and then my hair is pretty long, so it would go past my shoulders. So I can either stop at my shoulders if it's behind it, or if I want the hair to be in front, like it is here, I can continue my line and then put that in front and erase where the shirt is. I'm gonna put this one behind. And I think I'm gonna do this one behind as well. So there's the basic shape and style for my face. Now I also wanna think about the background. There's not a whole lot that is showing here, but you wanna sort of give a little indication of where this portrait is taking place. So on this picture, you can see how I sort of put a line for where the floor is and where the wall begins, and this is like the trim, where the wall and the floor touch. And then I put a window space behind it. So I am going to, again, put a line to divide the space behind my head, right? This is the horizon line. And if I want this to be inside, this would be the place where the floor and the wall touch. If it's inside, then you can put a second line to show where the trim is on the wall. And then if you want to put something behind it, maybe this time I'll put an oval over here to maybe make it look like there's a mirror or something hanging behind me. But you want to make sure you want to put two lines so it looks like there's a frame around it. Or this could be a window, or it could be a picture, right? So now I have essentially my drawing complete. I would like to have you add a few more lines with your hair. So imagine how you comb your hair. Like when I comb my hair, I start up here with my brush and I go down. So I'm gonna draw a couple more lines that show the way my hair lays and how I brush it. This one will maybe go behind the ear. And then maybe I just do one more over here to show how my hair is flowing. All right, and you can erase this circle part of the head because my hair is now over the top of it. And then the other thing you might want to consider if you have room would be to add something to your shirt. And then the other thing you want to think about is, are there any special things that make me me? Do I have freckles? Do I have, do I wear certain earrings? Do I want to add a necklace? What are some details that you can add to your portrait? And then once you are done with it, the next step is to do the outlining with Sharpie. So we're going to cover up all of our lines, but I do want you to notice that some of these lines you want to make thicker. Okay, see how I made a thick line here by the side of my face? I made a thick line here with the hair. I made a thick line here with this hair. I also made a thick line for the nose, and I decided to color in one of the lips, and my eyebrows I made thick. I would say you want to do at least 3 lines that are thick on your portrait someplace to help it stand out. So I'm going to outline and add some thick lines to finish up this step.